Alright, this video is a little bit different, but I have been getting a lot of comments asking how we were doing, so I thought that I would sit down and catch you guys up on what the last 24 hours were like. It was definitely a very eventful day. If you don't know what I'm talking about, on Monday, April 28th, there was a nationwide blackout here in Spain, and it was a hectic day for a lot of people. And not only did Spain lose power, but also Portugal and parts of France. So that is like unheard of. And I had such an interesting day. I did take a few clips of that day, so I'll show them here. It is Monday, April 28th, and it's around 7:30 p.m. We have been without power since 12:30 p.m. and we can see people that are walking outside and trying to go into businesses. So I'm gonna go see if there are any ways to charge our phones, because my phone's at like 10%, and then also see if we can get some Wi-Fi or something and get some information on what's going on. People are still out. They're just walking because the weather is actually really nice. But Starbucks and El Corte Inglés are full. Okay, we're back from the store. It was a little hectic, so I didn't really vlog, but we did pick up a few things. You can smell the food going bad, so that was definitely not fun. I feel bad because a lot of food is going bad now. And I'm actually worried about the people that live in like the higher up floors that are elderly. There are a lot of elderly people that live where we live, and the elevator's not working. You can't open the door without a key to let someone in because the intercom's not working to let someone in. So I feel really bad. Like, how are they getting help? Like, what if they live alone? I don't know. But it's been a day. I'll catch you guys up little by little about how today has been. I fell on the bus, so I have this like big bruise right here. It's crazy because the traffic lights weren't working. So we ended up picking up just some essentials and just things that we can munch on, because there's nothing we can prepare because we have an electric stove and we don't have any gas or anything like that. So I got some milk, just a bunch of chips, honestly, just to have things to munch on, and water. We did get water. I got the last 2 candles, and I got some sardines. So we have stuff to eat. I mean, we have things. Thankfully, I just went to the grocery store not too long ago, so we have non-perishables, but I don't think that's gonna last. And they're saying, I saw something about this lasting like a little bit longer. Hopefully I'm wrong, and that's the thing with reading stuff online. It's speculation, you know. I don't really have a lot of cell phone service, so when I was at the store, I was able to get a little bit of service, and I looked up to see any news. Couldn't really find much, but anyway, I'll keep you guys updated. All right, it is almost 10 p.m. and we finally got power. We don't know how long it's going to last. It could be that it just goes away, but we got power, so we're going to charge our phones now. But let's start from the beginning. So that day, I ended up waking up like around a.m. with no really bad feeling or anything. It was just a normal day. I woke up at 1 a.m. and I couldn't go back to sleep after that. So I was up all day and everything was normal, did a devotional, took the kids to school. And when I came back, I was doing stuff around the house, and I was starting to film a what I eat in a day video, or what I eat in a week living in Spain video, and that obviously didn't happen, but I should have continued it. But once I tell you how this day went, you'll understand. So I had a doctor's appointment at like 11:45, so I went downstairs to the bus stop, and once I got to the doctor, it was, first of all, that was a whole different experience because I went to the wrong building and I had to find my way. But anyway, as I was waiting for the doctor to call me in, all of a sudden, the power went out. There's people that were stuck in the elevator, so they were in there freaking out, and the elevator was like tiny. If you've ever been to Europe, you know that a lot of European elevators are very, very small, especially like in the UK, they're very, very small. So only like 2 people fit in there. So they were stuck in the elevator for like a good, I want to say, hour, because the power wasn't coming back on. Thankfully they had like generators, but they were still continuing to see patients until mine had to go because she had an emergency C-section right when it was my turn, so I had to go. We were on the 5th floor, so a lot of people were going up and down the stairs because one, the elevator wasn't working, and two, people were stuck in the elevator. And we were all so worried because it's not so much that they're not safe in there, it's just like the panic that you're feeling when you're stuck in an elevator that small. And it was a hot day too. It's starting to get warm here in Alicante, so it was definitely not comfortable for them, I can only imagine. So then I lost service. First of all, nobody had service. No one had service. And my phone was about to die because for some reason it was dying very fast that day. I was freaking out because I had to go pick up the boys from school and I couldn't get a hold of George and he couldn't get a hold of me, so we had no idea where the other one was at. Finally, I was able to get like a bar or two, and I told him like, hey, I'm on my way to the school, I'll meet you there. Thankfully he got it, and then he wasn't able to even respond to me or anything, so I had no idea whether he got the message or not because I couldn't tell. And then I get on the bus. Actually, I had to take 2 buses to go to the boys' school, and the first bus was full, so I had to stand up, and I was grabbing on to the bars up here. And at this point, we didn't really know what was going on, but we started to realize that it was a little bit more serious because we saw that the traffic lights weren't working, so we figured, oh my goodness, this is like a city thing, like an area thing. The lights went out, right? Or the power went out. So the traffic lights weren't working, so this car like slams on their brakes, causing the bus driver to slam on their brakes. So I lost my balance and I went flying because I was trying to avoid falling on a baby. So I went flying and fell to the floor. Like, luckily I didn't hit my head or anything, but I'm wearing a sweater now, but I have like a big bruise right here. It literally goes from here to here. If you follow me on Instagram, I showed it to you guys, and it's pretty bad. So I don't know what to do in that situation. Like, who do you tell? Like, do you tell the bus driver, like, hey, I got hurt? I mean, the bus driver noticed, but she was concerned about the baby. She didn't really ask me how I was doing, but it's fine. The baby's more important for sure, because I could have fallen on top of the baby and seriously hurt the baby. I'm okay. I'm a grown woman. I'm fine. But then I got off, thankfully by memory, because I still have to use Google Maps sometimes to get around, especially for the bus routes. But thankfully by memory, I remembered where I could get the second bus from. So I got off there, got on the second bus, and I was a little bit more relieved because I kind of knew more where I was going. And the street was madness. Like, one of the main streets that we have to go through to get to the boys' school was madness. Like, everybody was like worried, and you can see it in their faces. Everybody was trying to get on the phone with their family members, check up on them. And then you also saw the other half of the people that were just sitting down, having their beer, their wine, their tapas, just like hanging out. And I'm like, I love the Spaniards. Like, there could be, we're so used to panicking, you know, that they're just so like whatever. Unless it's like something that happens 1 or 2 days longer than it should, then they're probably worried. But I just loved seeing everybody relaxing. So that was that. Finally got to the boys' school. I didn't see George waiting for me, so I freaked out for a little bit, and then I finally saw him, and I was so relieved to see him. I'm like, oh my goodness, thank God you're here. And then we were like, okay, now let's get all 3 boys together. So we got the 2 little ones. Alex goes to a different school, so we had to make sure that we were able to meet up with him somehow on the bus so that he knew that we weren't home. So it was crazy. So we got all 3 kids together finally, and we were like, okay, well, we have to cook. These kids are hungry. So we have an electric stove, so whatever we had at home, we couldn't cook. We don't have any other way to cook it. So we remembered that there are places that are still serving people, so we decided to go to like a little tapas place to see if we can get something to munch on. And we were like, okay, well, what if they're not taking card? We saw that they were taking a card, like we saw them with the card reader out, so we decided to still give it a try. It was hot in there, the lights were off, because obviously there's no service. And then we started to realize that this was a nationwide thing, and that's when we started to hear, oh, Portugal too, oh, parts of France too. So people were starting to be like, okay, this is not normal, this is not right. So it was time to pay, and the card reader stopped working for them. So thankfully I had like 17 euros on me, and she's like, whatever you have, just give it to me, it's fine, I'm not gonna nickel and dime you at a time like this. So I just gave her everything that I had on me, and that was that. So we went home, we were here for a little bit, and we were just hanging out, honestly, like just hoping for the best, hoping that the lights will come on, The kids thankfully found a way to play. I was crocheting, George was doing his thing. It was fine. It turned out to be fine. Then we realized that El Corte Inglés, which is a department store here that has like kind of like a Whole Foods type of supermarket. That's how I would compare it. Like as far as like price, well, not as expensive as Whole Foods, but I mean in like the quality of food and stuff. So we saw that they were still open. So I said, okay, let me go and get some water because we don't know how long this is going to last. Let's go get some snacks. So I took Alex and Leo with me and we went to get some stuff, and that's where I was able to get the clips that I showed you guys. Surprisingly, there were a lot of things, but it was like 2020 all over again. People getting toilet paper, getting milk, getting water, getting all these different things like canned goods. And we managed to get everything. So we got back home, and it doesn't get dark here till very late, till like 9:45, 10 p.m. And we were like, okay, well, we'll just go to sleep and hopefully we wake up to some power or whatever. And thankfully, like as we were falling asleep, the power came on. So I thought that we were gonna have to replace all the food, but things stayed cold enough throughout the day. I wasn't messing with the chicken though. Any chicken stuff, wasn't messing with it, so I have to replace that for sure. School was canceled. They're back to school after this like normal. Anyway, that's a little update on what it's been like, because a lot of people were asking me how we were doing, and I thank you guys so much for all of your messages asking how we were and how we got through this. It was definitely an interesting day. I hope I never have to give you guys an update like this ever again, and I hope this never happens. We still don't know the cause. Well, I don't know the cause of what made all this happen, so I don't know. I don't know what it was. So anyway, I'm going to end this video here. I am going to continue vlogging and creating content over the next few days. So make sure to subscribe if it's your first time here. Make sure to follow me on other social medias, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!